hop. Gonna turn to the liquor store for some more hop. I wanna get real tight, 'cause I wanna just get loose tonight. See the bottom get free some guys, I do my way of time. See how many times we can cruise until the shutters down. I wanna get real tight, 'cause I wanna just get loose tonight. Oh, man, high man, I just don't care. I do it all, man, I ain't no slayer. Last time I let the liquor pour, I drank so much I fell off the floor. You set them up, man, I knock them down. I never do it again. I wanna drink me and I got punch. I ain't a fighter here singing. I wanna get real tight, 'cause I went on and just get loose tonight. Let's get loose, everybody! Cheers! Well, man, I just don't care. I do it all, man, I ain't no square. Last time I let the liquor pour, I drank so much I fell off the floor. You set them up and I knock them down. I never do it again. I wanna drink me and I got punch. I'm in a fighter's cage. I wanna get real tight, 'cause I went on and just get loose tonight. I wanna get real tight, 'cause I went on and just get loose tonight. There we go.
if I never did again, 'cause I've been rocking, Lord, rocking all night long. And as long as I don't see her, well, she might as well be gone. Yeah, the last time I seen her, heart was in such pain. I begged that woman not to go. She took off just the same. She went out rocking, went out tear trickle from my eye, 'cause I've been rocking. Lord, that woman is old news. Since I found my rock and roll, Lord, I rock away my blues. Go, Billy, come on. Party just on down the street. I know that she still loves me. I got a rhythm in my feet. She saw me rocking, all night long. And she saw me with another, and she knew that she was wrong. Yeah, she saw me with another, and she knew that she was wrong. Saw me with another, and she knew she was wrong.
City gonna set my soul, set my soul on fire. Got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn. Let's set those stakes up higher. Set my soul on fire. Got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn. So get those stakes up higher. There's 1,000 pretty women waiting out there. They're all living beautiful, they care. I'm just a devil with love to spare for. Viva, Viva, Las Vegas. Viva. Vegas. Oh, I wish that there were more than 24 hours in a day. 'Cause even if there were 40 more, I couldn't sleep a minute away. 'Cause there's blackjack and poker and roulette wheel. But you want to miss in every deal. You need a strong heart and nerves of skill for Viva, Viva, Las Vegas. Viva, 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 Las Vegas. Hey. Viva Las Vegas with your neon flashing and your one-up band is crashing. One hops down the drain. Viva Las Vegas turning day into nighttime, night into daytime. If you see it once, you'll never be the same again. No. Talk that talk. I'm gonna keep on the run, gonna have me some fun. If it costs me my very last dime, if I wind up broke, I'll always remember I had a swinging time. I'm gonna give it everything I've got. Lady luck, please let the dice stay hot. Let me shout 7 with every shot. Viva, 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 Las Vegas. Viva, 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 Las Vegas.
17, 17, cool and solid 17, young enough to dance and sing, old enough to get that swing, past 16, done been kissed, graduated and got that twist, kind of love you can't resist. At 17, now sloppy shirts, old blue jeans, dirty shoes, by all means, catch a blonde, rock side hair, jukebox baby, she's no square. 17, hot rod queen, cutest gal you've ever seen. Tell the world they're really keen on the hep cat doll of 17. Now sloppy shirt, old blue jeans, dirty shoes, by all means, patch of blonde, rock side hair, jukebox baby, she's no square. 17, hot rod queen, cutest gal you've ever seen. Tell the world they're really keen on the hep cat doll of 17. On the hep cat doll of 17.
One, two, three.
Well, now it takes more than a robin to make the winter go, and it takes two lips of fire to melt away the snow.
Well, it takes two hearts to begin to make a fire glow. And baby, you've got what it takes. You know it takes a lot of kissing to make a romance sweet. And it takes a lot of loving, baby, to make my life complete.
Yeah, now it takes a lot of woman to knock me off my feet. And baby, you got what it takes. You know you've got just the one it takes, because it takes a lot of effort now to make me say I do. And it takes a lot of lifetimes, honey, to prove that I'll be true.
Well, it takes somebody special to make me say I do. And baby,
You got what it takes. Hey. You know you've got just the one it takes.
because it takes more than an effort, baby, to stay away from you. And it takes much more than a lifetime to prove that I'll be true.
Yeah, now it takes somebody special to make me say I do. And baby, you got what it takes. Hey. And baby, you got what it takes. And baby, you got what it takes.
Rockin' 24/7 Radio is the radio station for the rockin' scene worldwide, playing the best rock and roll, rockabilly, rhythm and blues, doo-wop and more from the 50s right through to today's bands. Go to the website www.rockin247radio.com and discover a whole new world of music. Check the schedule, send a request and more. Look out for the phone apps coming very soon. The website again is www.rockin247radio.com.
Welcome once again to our Eclectic American Roots show. This weekly slice of the big roots music scene has covered a lot of ground since COVID started, and today we are spotlighting Viva Las Vegas Rockabilly Weekender. It's the largest and most respected rockabilly festival in the world and is now the longest running music festival in Las Vegas, 22 years old and counting. The Weekender annually attracts 20,000 attendees to the Orleans Hotel and Casino for 4 solid days of music, a car show, dancing, burlesque, and non-stop partying. These aren't just any attendees, these are the people that live rockabilly 24/7, and those are not costumes that they are wearing. Rockabilly aficionados from all over the world mark their calendars each year for this event, coming from Europe, South America, Japan, and as far away as New Zealand. This festival features the best rockabilly music from over 75 world-renowned bands, plus many legends of rockabilly, as well as dozens of DJs, all designed to keep you on your feet. Past headliners include Jerry Lee Lewis, Wanda Jackson, Little Richard, Chuck Berry, The Stray Cats, Brenda Lee, Dita Von Teese, and many more. The Weekender is also North America's biggest pre-1960s era car show, where you can find hundreds of hot rods and just as many vendors selling vintage clothing, homewares, music, and vintage reproduction must-haves. If music and dancing and partying are not enough fun for you, there's always the tattoo lounge, the pinup contest, vintage swimsuit competition, fashion show, Guitar Geek Festival, Charles Phoenix, and Reverend Martini's all-night jumpin' showcase. Attendees also love the tiki pool parties, the Viva Las bowling tourney, and jive dance classes. This amazing collection of events inside an event also features a glamour ball, sober and singles meetups, hair and makeup service, and even on-site wedding services. Due to COVID, the 2020 Viva Las Vegas is pushed back to September 2021, giving you plenty of time to reserve rooms and make travel plans to be in Sin City for the next Viva Las Vegas. There's so much to get to, so let's start off with a taste of Viva Las Vegas.
Welcome to Viva Las Vegas.
Out in the desert past the Vegas Strip.
I've been coming here forever because it is the most awesome rockabilly extravaganza. It's not just the cars, it's not just the people, the clothes, the music. It brings everybody and everything together. 22 countries.
The culture is just really different, so it's like one big happy family here.
Woo! We all share the same passion for bringing back like the old Vegas lifestyles. It's just too fun to miss.
I love the rockabilly culture. You are here and you can live it and you can see the models and you can see the cars and you can listen to the music and they make us feel like a family.
For me, it's primarily the cars, but I also love the people. We've got tons of friends here, from locals to international people that we've met over the years. And nothing is quite like this show. It's concentrated coolness.
Although we all kind of like the same style, everyone is so unique in what they bring.
My favorite thing about it has definitely been just being around people that are just like me. So now I'm somewhere where I feel home. Viva Las Vegas!
It's just a good time, you know, it's a party atmosphere. And Viva Las Vegas, man, you know?
Viva Las Vegas Rockabilly Weekender attracts 20,000 fans to Sin City every year. It's become an international phenomenon. But where did it come from? What are its roots? Tom Ingram was a DJ and promoter in the United Kingdom, where he promoted his first rock and roll show at the age of 18. That's when he could go into pubs legally in England. Tom rented a room in back of a pub. A friend collected at the door, and Tom was the DJ. and that was his big start. He soon had some of the best rockin' clubs in London, including the Phoenix, the Notre Dame Hall, the Downham Tavern, the Camden Workers Club, and the Sunset Club. His record hops in London were well organized, and the scene became internationally known. Tom created the Hemsby Rock and Roll Weekender in 1988. In 1996, Tom met a California girl and was soon living on the West Coast. Here in the U.S., the rockabilly scene was not so well defined until 1998, when Tom's new project, Viva Las Vegas, became an annual event. It was a hit from the get-go and successful its first year out. 22 years later, it's bigger and better than ever, despite a little speed bump named coronavirus. The show is an all-ages event. It's got a strong showing from those 30 to 45 years old. About a third of Viva fans are from the West Coast, a third from all over the USA, and a third from all over the globe. It's truly an international event. Let's meet today's host, Viva Las Vegas founder and producer, Tom Ingram.
Thank you. It's great to be here, and I'm really looking forward to today's show because the name of this show is Christopher Burkhardt's Eclectic American. Our first guest on the show today, she's a major part of all the work that goes into Viva Las Vegas throughout the year, and you know her very well. It's Ruby Ann.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Tom.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. And you?
Good. So, how many years have you been working for Viva now?
I think 5. I don't know. I think 5, maybe.
Yeah, do you want to tell everyone what you do?
So basically what I do, I take care of everything that is related with bands, music coordination. I'll help with organizing the schedule, booking the bands, dealing with all the divas that we have. And it's a major part of my work with Tom. That's all year. And I'll also help him with emails and try to assist him with everything that is at my reach, knowing that I'm far away. And that's my involvement, basically, is all the bands, musicians that I have to babysit and deal with.
Is that it?
No, I don't know. Like, I don't want to get too much in details. It's like the secret of the office. What am I allowed to say? What do you think I do, Tom?
I think that's good. Now, I'm sure you've got many funny stories from working at Viva.
I do. Most of them I'm not allowed to tell.
Yeah, I know that. So how about one that you can tell us?
One that you can tell. It's not that funny, but there was a year that Jerry Lee Lewis was playing at the car show, and when we were not allowed to get in the backstage, and it was all very like, and we met. You introduced me to Linda Gale Lewis, the sister, and when everybody left, me and James actually went there. And we're just like kind of having snacks from Jerry Lee Lewis. That's just one silly thing. And then of course.
So you stole Jerry Lee Lewis's food?
Yeah, kinda. There was a bunch of stuff hanging around. It was like, whoa, Jerry Lee Lewis was here. I'm gonna have this.
Making a note of that.
God bless you. It's a great pleasure to be here tonight, this evening, in Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Jerry Lee Lewis.
When did you first come to Viva?
The first time I went to Viva was in 2007, and I remember that very well because it was the first time I ever went to Vegas, period.
Didn't I put on the flyer that you're from Spain? Or the website or something, and I had to change.
Yes, you did. But I don't think that was that time. I think it was later on that you did put that I was from Spain. And at the time I was living in the States. I was living in New York or in Chicago, I don't remember. And I got a bunch of emails from my Portuguese people like, are you ashamed to be from Portugal? Like, no, it's just, over there, Spain, Portugal, same thing. Not really. Yeah.
And how do you feel now that you're working for Viva?
Well, come on, it's a dream job. Like, if you would have told me 10 years ago, or even, 6 years ago, that I'll be working for the biggest festival in the rockabilly scene, I'll be like, nah. And do you still remember how I started working for you? The thing is, I was doing a showcase for Rhythm Bomb Records that I was working with at the time.
Yeah.
And I managed to do it very well, and you were impressed. And then we met at the rave.
Yes, I remember the rave.
Yeah, and then we were hanging around, and you find out that I speak a few languages. And you start sending me emails like, hey, can you translate this? Or can you answer this French or Spanish or Italian or whatever, or Brazilian? And I was it started like that. And little by little, I just went from there to, hey, look at me, booking bands.
You didn't really mention that you're now the stage manager at the car show.
I am the stage manager of the car show. It's true.
And your first time being a stage manager for the car show was the first time that everything has run to schedule at the car show.
Thank you, Tom. You are welcome.
That's not an easy task.
It was not easy, but I'm just very... No, the musicians were very easy to deal with. I didn't have anyone that was complicated or dragging or... inside sometimes we have some issues that I was not the stage manager, but I just came in and had to cut a band off because they were not respecting. And,
when we've had crowding issues inside, it's actually been because of a band being late. And we always thought it was a band starting at the wrong time, but it's not, is it? It's the time they finish.
Because most people just come... oh, I just want to catch the end. And then the band starts seeing more people and they just want to go on and on and on. But you have to respect the schedule, because not just for other musicians, but also for the DJs and the technicians. It's a whole machine. If one goes late, then there's a bunch of stages.
So actually now we tell bands, don't we, that it's more important that they finish on time than they start on time. So they can start early, that's fine, but they just can't finish late. So, we just mentioned the date change, and perhaps not everyone's aware that next year we've actually moved the event from April until September. It's going to be September the 9th to the 12th, 2021. We were very uncomfortable, weren't we, about April, because assuming there's a vaccine by the end of the year, the way things are done here at the moment, the chances of everyone getting vaccinated by April is zero. Everyone will still be arguing over it. So I think September should be fine.
I don't think we could handle another cancellation. So it's better to prepare for September and make sure that everybody's safe, because that's definitely our priority.
We're going to be emailing all the people that still have tickets for this year's event that didn't happen. And every person's going to have the option of a refund, carrying it over to September 21 or to April 2022.
So there is options.
Yes. Yeah. We're going to email everyone and let them know. And obviously, if people carry their tickets forward, they're not going to pay the newer price.
Yeah.
So
I think it's fair.
Yeah. And thank you for everything you do.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me and trusting me.
Everything. The people, the cars, the atmosphere.
Viva Las Vegas is rock and roll day and night.
Rock and roll.
All my friends are here. It's like the big event of the year.
If you like cars, if you like good-looking girls, I won't lie, there's a lot of good babes here. A lot of great merch and just really fun environment. A lot of good dancing as well.
I think it's the attitude. People are really great to each other at this event. Nobody cares about size. Nobody cares about age. It's just everybody that comes out and they're like, I'm gonna look fabulous. And they do.
Car guys to obviously all the bands that go till 5 in the morning. You get 500 60-year-olds dancing upstairs. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's something here for everyone. So if you're into bowling or tattoos or cars, there's something here that will appeal to you no matter who you are.
Hey everybody, just a quick note to remind you that Stellar Shows puts on these performances with the musician in mind. Everything we do is aimed at putting money into the pockets of those musicians who are out of work out there. And Lord knows there's a lot of them at Viva Las Vegas. So please do us a favor, go to stellarjacks.com or Venmo at Jack's Hideaway. Make a donation and come back to the show. Really appreciate it. Now let's get back to some more good stuff.
Hey everybody, Angie Pontani here. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you live. I am on vacation with terrible internet service. But I wanted to say to Tom Ingram and to the whole Viva Las Vegas staff, thank you so much for always making a home for burlesque. Not only do you guys treat us amazingly, you give us a big beautiful stage and big beautiful production, and you always have since the first Viva that I ever attended, and you make beautiful, responsible decisions, taking care of your audiences, and I appreciate that. And while we missed you so much this year, we know Viva's gonna be back, and I cannot wait to shake it on stage with you. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
All right, Big Sandy here, and I'm delighted to be back again as your video host, as today we make a trip to Viva Las Vegas. You know, I've had the pleasure of working as MC in the upstairs ballroom, going back to the very beginning of the event back at the Gold Coast. And I've had so many magical music moments that I've experienced, that I've witnessed. So for this first segment, I'd like to revisit some of those moments with you. Starting now, this is from 2008, and it was the first time and the last time that we got to see Laura Lee Perkins at Viva Las Vegas. And for those of us who grew up with that fantastic series, the Imperial Rockabillys, that series of LPs. It was really a night to remember. So let's take a look at Laura Lee Perkins.
Got a handful of dimes, have a good time, my baby tonight. Put it in the slot, what do you got? A whole lot of rock and
Oh man, that was the Cleftones with our friend Herbie Cox, who sadly passed away in December. But I tell you, every time that Herbie performed at Viva Las Vegas, it was always chill-inducing, whether he was with the Cleftones or with a group of doo-wop all-stars. And I got tears in my eyes every time he was there. We're going to miss Herbie. All right, now Janice Martin, one of the greatest performers to grace any stage, anywhere, anytime. And her 1999 performance at VLV was captured on film for the documentary Welcome to the Club, The Women of Rockabilly. And I had the honor of bringing her on stage that night, as you'll see in this clip here. And it's an extended cut, but I just edited together just a few minutes ago. Janice Martin.
They said that she was the female Elvis. No. Elvis was the female Janice. Look, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Janice Martin.
Let's hear it now. Let's rock, man. Rock, pop, jump, thump, rock and roll. Drugstores are rocking. Rock, rock, couples are popping. Pop, pop, jukebox jumping. Jump, jump, beat, keep it thumping. Thump, thump, drugstores real gone, man. Rock, pop, jump, thump, rock and roll. Drugstore on the corner of Main. That's where you find all the bebop gang. Girls fill the jukebox and grab the man. Jitterbug hand in hand. The boys have crew cuts under the hats. The girls have leather sweaters, real bouquets. We're always together, happy and happy. Jumping to a rock and roll step. Drugstores are rocking, rock, rock. Couples are popping, a bop, bop. Jukebox jumping, a jump, jump, beat, keep it thumping, a thump, thump. Drugstores real gone, man. Rock, bop, jump, thump, rock and roll. Drugstores are rocking, rock, rock. Couples are popping, a bop, bop. Jukebox jumping, a jump, jump, beat, keep it thumping, a thump, thump. Drugstores real gone, man. Rock, bop, jump, thump, rock and roll. Drugstore on the corner of Main. That's where you find all the bebop gang. Girls fill the jukebox and grab the man. Jitterbug hand in hand. The boys have crew cuts under the hats. The girls have leather sweaters, real bouquets. We're always together, happy and happy. Jumping to a rock and roll step. Drugstores are rocking, rock, rock. Couples are popping, a bop, bop. Jukebox jumping, a jump, jump, beat, keep it thumping, a thump, thump. Drugstores real gone, man. Rock, bop, jump, thump, rock and roll, yeah.
I thought I was cool, but I'm just a fool. I used to hang around, I party all night, I leave my baby at home. She'd sit all alone and cry, wondering why I never leave a candle alone. But the table that turned me, I finally learned from getting back in space, playing lonesome, lonesome. I was an ignorant cat, and my pocket was flying lonesome, lonesome. Yeah, I thought I was cool, but I'm just a fool who's lonesome. I never tried, and I always lied. Can't find nobody but me. But if I had any sense at all, I would have seen this to you before me. 'Cause the table that turned me, I finally learned from getting back in space, playing lonesome, lonesome. I was an ignorant cat, and my pocket was flying lonesome, lonesome. Yeah, I thought I was hip when I came. I got stuck on so lonesome, lonesome. I shouldn't have drank, I shouldn't have listened. I ain't got so lonesome, lonesome. Yeah, I thought I was cool, but I'm just a fool who's lonesome. Who else will try again when they can't seem to find any inspiration? And looking out the window ain't the same anymore. There's nothing out there. So what am I still looking for? I used to hang around, yeah, I party all night. I leave my poor baby at home. She'd sit all alone and cry, wondering why her never can't go home. But the table that turned, and I
so many memories. The Bell Furies, that's from Viva Las Vegas, number 5 in 2002. And for a lot of people, it was the first time to see the band. It was such a thing to witness as more and more people filtered into the ballroom. You could see the look in their eyes. They completely won over the crowd. And by the latter part of their set, people were singing along and cheering. It was quite a thing to witness. The Bell Furies there. And those are just a handful of my musical memories, the highlights that I've had over the years up on the main stage. And when I come back, I'll have some clips from some of the other stages at Viva Las Vegas. I'll be right back.
Well, knock down the door, turn out the light. Come on in and we rock all night. Got a little gal, white as a mouse. When she starts rocking, she turn down the house. Long black hair, baby blue eyes, sweet as sugar from a honeybee high. Cause it's my hip shaking, baby. Cause it's my hip shaking, baby. Gonna tease it, gonna squeeze it, gonna do all she can. Tonight I'm gonna be a mighty, mighty man. Sugar from a honeybee high. Cause in my hip shaking, baby. Cause in my hip shaking, baby. Gonna tease it, gonna squeeze it, gonna do all I can. Tonight I'm gonna be a mighty, mighty man. Cause in my hip shaking, baby. Cause in my hip shaking, baby. Gonna tease it, gonna squeeze it, gonna do all I can. Tonight I'm gonna be a mighty, mighty man. Cause in my hip shaking, baby. Cause in my hip shaking, baby. Cause my hip shaking, baby.
Our next guest today is someone who's another key part of the Viva Las Vegas team, and you know him as a DJ, and he organises some events locally. It's DJ James McAnally. James's main job at Viva Las Vegas is to look after the original acts. You know, because they're older, they need a bit more attention, and that's what James does. He makes sure they get to and from the airport. He gets to their hotel rooms, make sure they got their meal vouchers and stuff like that. And so, James, I know you enjoy doing it. What have been the highlights for you?
One of my favorite parts of the job of working at Viva Las Vegas and taking care of a lot of the original acts is getting to meet them for the first time. Artists such as Jerry Lee Lewis, Chuck Berry, Little Richard. Those would be probably the top headliners that have played Viva Las Vegas. Getting to work with them closely, having great conversations with them. They always have great stories to tell back in their days in the 50s. But most importantly, my job is to take care of them and get them to where they need to go, get them checked in, get them accommodated, and most importantly, make sure they have everything they need to perform at the Viva Las Vegas Weekender. It's always a great honor to work with these guys, and if it wasn't for artists such as themselves, we wouldn't have such a great Weekender like we do now. So I'm always letting them know that we are thankful for them, and if it wasn't for artists such as themselves, we wouldn't be here this weekend at Viva Las Vegas enjoying such fine music. And so it's a great honor to be a part of the Viva Las Vegas staff and to take care of these artists, because they deserve the best, and it's a great way of showing them how much we appreciate them.
Do you still stay in touch with many of the acts?
I do. I've actually built up a really good rapport with them working over Viva in Las Vegas. The artists themselves and the wives. You know, I always try to reach out to them several times a year to keep in contact with them, let them know we're thinking of them. And you know, when it comes time to have them to Las Vegas, very excited to get the news to come back. And so they, you know, they'll phone me up a few months before talking about it and the build up, and excited to see each other again and work together again. So I think it's important staying in good contact with them because, you know, a lot of them are getting very up there in age. And, you know, we don't have too much longer, a lot of them.
Now, a bit earlier, you mentioned the Sun Rockabilly show, which we had a couple of years ago. And that was, my guess, that was probably the hardest work you've had to do looking after the old acts, because it's so many of them all at the same time. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. Trying to round them all up and, you know, getting them out there to the car show or to the main room. Not so hard, but when, you know, you have you know, one on the 21st floor or one on the 20th floor, we coordinate together. We all meet in the location. We'll take the service elevator, and so we don't have to walk them through the crowd. But it's a little bit of a coordinated event, but that's the challenge of it. And they've all seemed happy with our efforts to get them together and get them to the event.
When we did the group photograph with all the Sun artists, I don't know if you heard, but after the photos were taken, Johnny Powers turned to me and he said, "This will never happen again." And, you know, I realised, yeah, he was right, because
true,
it never will. That was it. That was the last big Sun Rockabilly show.
And it's honestly, it's a great point. And, you know, sometimes you got to step back out of the box, kind of look at the overall picture. And Johnny's 100% correct. When was the last time we had a Sun Record tribute show?
Yeah, I mean, I did it because I knew it was going to be the last time we could do it. And as you know, I'm a big Sun Rockabilly fan. And so really that show was for me. That is what I wanted to see. And it financially, it was, you know, it was very, very expensive to do, but it had to be done. Had to be done.
Yeah. Well, actually, to go back to the previous question about picking up on artists, you know, it could be a handful, and it was Rudy Grizel, and you know, unfortunately, we lost Rudy back in October last year.
Yeah.
And when we had Rudy on the bill to play for the show, I kind of forgot about him at the hotel. I thought I'd bring everyone up, and Rudy, when he flew out from Portland, somebody ran into him at the airport, knocked him down, knocked the wind out of him. He lost his phone. So he was without a phone in Viva. So, you know, I would have to go to the room physically or get on the hotel phone and call his room. And I kind of lost track of it. So I got all the guys out to the arena. I'm like, oh, wait a second, we're missing someone. Oh, Rudy. I hijacked the golf cart and ran back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Drove him back up and got him to the stage. But everything worked out good.
Great. Well, thank you for everything that you've done so far. I think your role will have to start changing soon because we're running out of the old acts. But yeah, obviously we'll make sure there's plenty for you to do.
I appreciate that. It's been an honor to take care of these guys and give them the attention and the helping hand that they deserve.
Good. Thank you.
We owe them many things. Well, in closing, I'd like to pay my respects to Tom Ingram, the promoter of Viva Las Vegas. It's been an honor and a pleasure to work with Tom and his staff. It's been a fantastic job, and I'm truly honored to have this experience. Tom is very easy to work with. He's very approachable, and he's a very hard worker. How he does it is beyond me. I thought my job was tough, but I hand it to Tom. He does an amazing job organizing this festival, and I'd just like to say thank you. And I look forward to many more years of Viva Las Vegas and working together with you and assisting any way I can. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man, Viva. I always have a ball. See my old friends, seeing friends from Europe, being in Vegas. What's not to love about that? Seems like we always have great shows and just good memories. Good memories.
Thank you, James Inveld. You know, we all missed seeing you in Vegas this year with our whole Rockabilly family. So we got with Tom Ingram and we put together a special show called Viva Las Vegas Rockabilly Retrospective. This 2-hour show is on our Eclectic American Roots series, and you can click here to see the entire show.
So get those stakes up higher. There's 1,000 pretty women waiting out there. They're all living digable, they care. I'm just a devil with love to spare for Viva,
All right, BS back here again, and this time we're going to drop in on some of the wonderful things that have gone down on some of the other stages at Viva Las Vegas. The predecessor to Karen Mamont's all-night jumpin' showcase was Mark Tortorici's all-night juke joint. We're going to visit Mark's stage right now as Phil Alvin for the Blasters completely destroys the room. It was an amazing moment. Let's check it out.
Today.
Yes, 2017 from the car show stage, the Reverend Horton Heat. Rockin' and rollin' Chuck Berry style as Jim Heath swaps instruments with his buddy Jimbo, the Reverend Horton Heat. Okay, this next clip is from 2015. It was a Karen Mamott presentation
featured the remarkable Kay Marie. Now, I had seen Kay Marie for the first time 2 years earlier at Viva Las Vegas with her brother and her band, the Golden West Trio, and I was wowed, completely wowed. But I think on this night she really came into her own. Let's check it out. Kay Marie.
I could have painted my bar, I could have mended my fence, pulled it back 40 like I had no sense, but instead I spent the last 10 years with you. I could have spent transmission in my Cadillac, drove to Hollywood and never once looked back, but I've been stuck here the last 10 years with you. When I think about the time I lost, almost lose my worry mind. I never thought I'd have to pay the cost. Once good and loving, gone so unkind. Spent my time 1,000 other ways, pounding rocks for the rest of my days. But it'd be better than the last 10 years with you. Lose my worry mind. rest of my days, will it be better than the last 10 years with you? See you tomorrow night. Thank you.
Yeah, now, for my buddy Deke Dickerson's Guitar Geek stage, the always entertaining and everybody's favorite rockabilly engineer, Crazy Joe. Happens every year at Viva Las Vegas. All right, I'll be back in a little bit now. In my next segment, Botflix visits Viva Las Vegas. Don't go away.
Okay, I'm going to bring to the show now someone who, as well as being the band leader at Viva Las Vegas, doing loads of the artwork for Viva Las Vegas and many other things, he's also a very good friend of mine, actually someone who's been a friend of mine since I first moved to California. So let's bring on Shorty Paul.
Howdy, everybody.
Hello, good to have you here.
Yeah.
And we had a brief discussion where, because we're friends and we talk a lot, doing an interview is a little bit different for us. So we might end up just chatting as opposed to a formal interview.
Right.
But one question I'm not going to ask you, as you know, is who your favourite actor's been to support, because I know that you can't answer that.
I mean, every year there's something, you know, so we've got 22 years of backing to talk about.
Yes, but are there any things that stand out for you, rather than saying your favourite, things that stand out as being not something you expected, perhaps?
Yeah, it's let's say, for instance, one of the original 50s acts, you know, a lot of them haven't played since the 50s or the 60s, and they don't really expect this big of a crowd.
Yeah.
This big of a crowd that actually knows their music really well. And just their reaction when the crowd, you know, starts screaming or shouting for them, and just the look on their face, and just, you know, how excited they are and like dumbfounded that, you know, they're just, yeah, that's really cool to see.
Yeah, that's good. One that I do remember that we didn't know what to expect because she hadn't performed since the 50s, and she agreed to do this one show, was Laura Lee Perkins.
Yeah.
And I think everyone was shocked at how great she was.
Yeah, I mean, she just came on stage and just belted it out, and she sounded great. She was really comfortable. She knew the material really well. Yeah, we just had a blast with that.
Yeah, and she never did it again.
Oh, okay.
Everyone wanted her to play a game, and she wouldn't do it.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Maybe we can get her back, you know.
How did you find when you first started backing the doo-wop bands?
Well, sometimes that's a little bit more of a challenge, because a lot of times you'll need sheet music, and there's just a lot more working parts to the whole thing. So rehearsals is, you know, rehearsals are a bit longer, a bit more in depth, you know.
Yeah.
And you just got to make sure you have all the right guys in the band, which we do, and Carl Sonny Leyland and Bobby Trumbull, and Ashley Kingman, and we've had Cad play sax over the years, and now it's Marco Palos.
I think everyone looks at the band as being the top band for doing backing. And one of the things that we discussed at the very beginning was because you don't all play together all the time, you don't have a predetermined sound. So it's easy for you to just switch your sound to suit the act. Is that the case?
Yeah, correct. We're not in a certain mode or a style or we're all from obviously the same type of background, but Carl plays more jazz, and Bobby's even playing surf, and I'm doing a lot of that. We're very well rounded, but with Ashley, he can change styles, which is really great.
Yes. Just one thing that sticks in your mind that will be there forever.
Well, it would have to be the very first gig we did with Janice Martin. We were all backstage and we were kind of nervous, and we really don't get nervous anymore. It's more of we got to get the job done. But I remember we were all nervous. Even Carl, was like the best musician in the room, and we're just chatting about how the set's gonna go. And that's back when you used to have servers. There were servers in the main hall. In the main hall, and there was a guy came back and he had all these shots. So there was a shot for all of us. So we're like, okay, where'd this come from? So we're all just kind of sitting here holding a shot backstage, and we look over and Janice Martin's laughing at us, and she says, I'm gonna pepper your asses up.
That was actually when the hotel manager got the waitresses to, when people were lining up to check in, giving them free shots while they're standing in line.
I didn't know that. Actually.
Yeah, they do that. They did that for a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to bring that back, I guess.
Except we don't have that long line anymore because we've become efficient.
Yeah.
And also another one of your jobs at Viva is doing the Viva Las Vegas CD.
Mm-hmm.
And do you enjoy doing that?
I do, actually. I mean, because a lot of these band members are my friends, I don't enjoy when I make a spelling error, but
Rockabilly.
Yeah, Rockabilly, all kinds of things. But a lot of these bands are my friends. So, when you give me all the material, let's cram as much on there as possible, give everybody, some advertising, and hopefully people around the country can go see them when they come through.
And we'll move on to T-shirts.
Sure.
Because for those who don't know, Shorty is responsible for the printing of all of the T-shirts for Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And for me, he's taken the quality of what we do far higher than it ever was before.
Mm-hmm.
But also made it easier for me because I know that he's going to get the colours and everything right.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about what you do with the T-shirts?
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of came from that background with the merchandising world. So, I'm in the art world as far as that goes. So, yeah, I think we have it down to, we can always, look for new products, this and that, but I think we have it down really well with the amount of artists that we try to get, different artists, some of the same, Yeah, I think we have it down to pretty a well-oiled machine,
Yeah, I think we made too many this year.
Well, I think we did. Didn't quite happen, did it?
Well, we've decided that all the T-shirts we had for Viva Las Vegas 23, I know we've sold some of them, but we've got, I think it's 7 more designs that we're actually going to do a big clearance. We're going to try and draw a line under number 23 and be done with it. And we're going to be selling them off at $10 each.
Yeah.
And that's a big sale that's coming up soon.
Yeah, that'd be, blow them out, People can make masks out of them.
Who would you like to see a video of who's performed at Viva?
Oh, well, I'd have to say that it's one that I know Ashley really kills it on guitar, and I'm going to have to go, because it's one of his favorite guys is Grady Martin, so I'm going to have to go with Don Woody.
And you provide the woof woof?
The whole crowd provides the woof woof.
Yeah. So here's Don Woody.
Mr. Don Woody! He's not here! He is not here!
Well, they told me there's a dog goes just like a hound. Wherever there's a window, that's where I'm found. They call me bird dog, just like a pup. I'm always bird dogging. I never give up. Bird dog. Bird dog. Well, bird dog and daddy, don't get me wrong, but you'll see. Yeah, they call me bird dog 'cause I'm running tricks. Everybody wonders how I find it so quick. Whenever I hear there's a two-girl in town, she said you're gonna find me hanging around. Bird dog. Bird dog. Well, bird dog and daddy, I'll get me along with you. Yeah, they call me bird dog 'cause I'm on the prowl. Stay up late at night and you wanna hear me howl. Don't need it all life. Some say it's bad. I can tell people of the fun I've had. Bird dog. Bird dog. Well, bird dog and daddy, I'll get me along with you. See, here we go. Wherever there's a women, well, that's where I'm found. They call me bird dog, just like a pup. I'm always bird dogging. I never give up. Bird dog. Bird dog. Well, bird dog and daddy, I'll get me along with you. See.
How do you feel yourself at all these years being involved in Viva?
Oh man, it's great because it's never it's a lot of work, you know, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
you know, but it never feels like work, you know, because we just enjoy what we do, you know. So if we got to rehearse for 6, 7, 8 hours a day, then go play the show at night, no one complains about anything, you know, because it's just, you know, we love doing what we do.
Yeah. Dead or alive, who would you most like to have backed that you haven't?
Oh, geez, Johnny Burnett, Benny Joy. What are you talking about? Elvis? Come on, you know. I mean, there's.
So which one is number one?
Oh man, I'd have to say Benny Joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been something, I think.
Okay. And which act would you most like to have seen live?
Oh, if I was just in the audience?
Yeah.
Oh, Bob Luman.
Yeah.
I think that would have been fantastic if that could have happened, you know?
For me, it's Elvis. I mean, it has to
Well,
be Elvis.
Yeah. But Elvis doing, you know, we want him to do, you know, the stuff that actually goes with the era of stuff that we're doing, you know?
Not the fat Elvis. For me, otherwise, it would have been Larry Williams.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Yeah. And you've obviously seen Viva grow from the beginning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you think the best improvements have been over the years?
I think, well, in the beginning, the stage, I think was, I think it was better when we went kind of like long ways with the stage.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. I think the pool party is definitely, that's grown. You know, I think people absolutely love that. The car show's, you know, grown. I don't really get to get out there that much, unfortunately, on to the car shows, probably in rehearsals and things. But it's grown, but it's kind of record hops at night, because everybody enjoys that. It's
Is that when you get to relax?
Kind of, but then you can't go too crazy because you got to wake up early and do it all over again the next day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's a good time when we can go hang out with everybody, all of our friends.
Yeah. If there's one thing that I could add to Viva, what would it be?
Oh wow, I'd have to think about that. Because I mean, you've already thrown the kitchen sink in. What's after that?
You ready for this? How about this for an idea?
Okay.
Out at the pool party, hang a big screen on the side of the parking lot and show a movie out at the pool in the evening. So long term, what do you see? How do you think Viva will go?
There's more and more younger acts getting into the music, playing the music. So I think there's going to be a lot more younger bands getting into it.
So you think the music as a whole is going to continue to thrive?
I think so.
Anyway, I think it's time for us to move on to something else. So thank you for coming in and doing this.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah. See you 2021, I reckon.
Yes, September 2021.
There you go.
Unless we get to do the small one in April.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll see you 2 times.
Yes.
Hey everybody, just a quick note to remind you that Stellar Shows puts on these performances with the musician in mind. Everything we do is aimed at putting money into the pockets of those musicians who are out of work out there. And Lord knows there's a lot of them at Viva Las Vegas. So please do us a favor, go to stellarjacks.com or Venmo at Jack's Hideaway. Make a donation and come back to the show. Really appreciate it. Now let's get back to some more good stuff.
Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Mark here from the VLV Car Show crew. Just taking a moment to give a big shout out to Tom Ingram. Thank you so much for all the years of fantastic entertainment. And for me, it's a major honor to be able to work on the Car Show crew, and we have so much fun. We've had a lot of time to reflect with the 2020 cancellation, and for us, we miss everybody so much. VLV is like our big family. All the friendships that have been carved out down through the years from attending VLV. We miss everybody a lot. Our entire calendar is based around attending VLV. So roll on 2021. Hang in there everybody, and we'll see you all soon. We're working hard and we're going to have a fantastic show for 2021. So talk to you all soon. Cheers. Bye-bye. See ya.
Now on the show, I'm going to introduce someone who works full-time on Viva Las Vegas. And you all know her as the burlesque performer, Audrey Deluxe. Obviously, you're a very important part of Viva Las Vegas and have been for a number of years. And I can't actually remember how many years it's been.
I can't either, but I'm thinking, well, the first year I did bingo at Viva was 2011. And then I kind of progressively over the next year or so started doing a little bit more and more. So I would say by 2013, I was working full time.
Okay, so yeah, so that's like a long time.
Yeah. Day in, day out. We hang out every day up until this pandemic.
Yeah. And do you remember the first time you came to Viva Las Vegas?
Yeah, I do. It was 2003, I think. It was at the Gold Coast, but I couldn't get room, so I stayed at the Orleans.
Oh.
Yeah.
And obviously, burlesque has become a very big part of Viva. Did you ever expect to see this happen?
I don't know if I expected. I hoped that we would, I always knew that we could do it and that we could put on the best burlesque shows ever. I think I always knew it could happen. I was just surprised at how far you've let me run with it. I never expected to have such a wonderful venue for it, and to be so supported in doing all my ideas, and you just always believing in what I want to do. So that was unexpected.
Over the years, what have been your highlights?
Not
highlights, not the best necessarily, sure. But what are highlights for you?
I would say every year, the very first bingo is always a highlight. And I'm always like, I feel, a year has gone by since we've been there. And I'm like, what if this year I've lost my touch? And what if I just, they don't like me this year? And so I always go out and have these kind of reservations, and then as soon as I hit the stage, it's like it just all disappears and everybody's there and they're ready to play bingo and they're ready for Viva Las Vegas, and the energy is amazing. And so I think that's always a highlight for me, is that very first bingo show. Well, every story about burlesque bingo is funny, from the time Tom did the full splits on stage to when we taught him how to do a proper bump and grind. And then he also did ass tassels. So every time Tom gets on stage, it's funny. And every year I have to come up with some new way to have fun with Tom and embarrass him just a little bit on our final Viva day.
19, 20, 21, 22.
The things he lets me get away with, it's pretty insane.
But I don't actually know what you do most of the time at the weekend. Obviously I know the work side of it, but what do you do that's not part of organising a burlesque?
I usually have maybe a couple of hours to walk the car show. I like to take a look at the cars and visit all our vendors. And then I usually try to get out for a couple of hours to the pool party. And I usually go to your cabana and hang out with your family and bring the baby and my husband out. But that's really about it. Usually about an hour or two at the pool party, an hour or two at the car show.
Yeah. And to let everyone know exactly what Audrey does, she runs the burlesque showcase, the burlesque competition, burlesque bingo, the fashion show, the swimsuit contest. She deals with all the vendors all through the year. She deals with ticket sales and booking stuff. Ticket bookings. Hotel rooms for performers and staff. What else is it?
All the store related things.
The online store, yes.
I do all the sales, but I also set up the store. I process all the orders. I pack them. I ship them. I take all the photos.
You know what everyone's thinking right now?
What's that?
What does Tom do?
What do you do?
I don't know.
this year has been insane, and like a little piece of my heart's missing that we didn't have it. And September seems so far off. I can only hope that something happens, that we can maybe plan a little party in April. I just hope I get to keep on doing what I'm doing, bringing the best burlesque.
One of my ambitions with Viva is to actually have it all so well organised that I don't have anything to do at the event. So I can just go and enjoy it.
I know that you do, and I want that for you. And I just don't know if it's really possible, because I don't think that you'll ever feel comfortable enough to just let go and enjoy it. But I'm always trying to make it to where you can. Like, I want it. I feel like you've put so much into this, and you've been doing it for so long that you should get to enjoy it now. And so I feel like it's partly part of my job that I need to do more and handle more so that you can do that.
I know we're lucky. We've got a really good team of people working, and who also try and do the same. But it's hard when it's such a big thing that you're responsible for. It's hard to say, right, I'm gonna go and have fun.
I mean, I totally get it, because even with just like the burlesque side of it, I have an amazing stage manager, like one of the best or the best in the whole burlesque industry, David Bishop, and he's amazing.
So obviously the big news we've just had is that we're moving next year's dates to September. We have to look at what we have to do and basically think of every single situation. And yeah, who knows what's going to happen. I think it's very sad, everything that's going on at the moment. But yeah, really there's no choice.
It's just so unfortunate on a worldwide level. And for us, we're, just trying to stay afloat and, make this happen for all of our attendees, all of our vendors who rely on us. It's not an easy decision that you just had to make. And, everyone's been put in a very hard position, and, we're going to have to make the best of it for the next year, and hopefully things will be back to normal the next year.
I do predict that some of the other big music festivals in the spring are going to do the same.
Yeah, very possible.
I'm sure of it. I think they're going to have to.
Thank you, Tom. I love my job, and I love Viva. I can't wait to see everyone again. It was fun talking to y'all.
Yeah, and thank you for coming and doing this show. And I think I've already told you before that I couldn't manage everything with Viva without you. So thank you.
Of course. I love it.
I'm gonna give it everything I've got. Lady luck, please let the dice stay hot. I'm gonna shout out a 7 with every shot. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
All right, friends, Big Sandy back here again, and this time I'm going to focus on some of the work of London-based video maker Chris McGee of Botflix. He's been producing some of the best documentation of our rocket scene over the last several years. Right now we're going to look at some of the work he's done while visiting Viva Las Vegas, and we're going to start it off with a clip filmed backstage at VLV, Hillbilly Moon Explosion. Botflix.
When I was young, you were the talk of the town. loving me, didn't want me wrong. You were a hero, I could have had my love. You said you wanna make it on your own. Nothing has changed, it's the same as yesterday. It's a long way from here to the start. It's a long way down, a long way down. Graduation day, you ready to fly? You going to places, they say goodbye. Just wait, I show you, I'm gonna do my thing. People gonna love me, treat me like a queen. Nothing has changed, it's the same as yesterday. It's a long way from here to the start. You won't let love ever get in your way. Long way to down, look around. It's a long way down, such a long way down. Back where we began, from the top to top. You got your wife and kid all a long way down. Nothing has changed, it's the same as yesterday. It's a long way from here to the start. You won't let love ever get in your way. Long way, so down, look around. It's a long way down. It's a long way down. Such a long way down. Such a long way down.
Well, the last time I've seen her, Lord, I don't know when, but it wouldn't hurt so much if I never did again, 'cause I've been rocking, Lord, rocking all night long. And as long as I don't see her, well, she might as well be gone. Yeah, the last time I seen her, heart was in such pain. I begged that woman not to go. She took off just the same. She went out rocking, went out rocking all night long. And I never saw a woman treat a man oh so wrong. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, the last time I seen her, 2 long years gone by, but you never see a tear trickle from my eye, 'cause I've been rocking. Lord, that woman is old news. Since I found my rock and roll, Lord, I rock away my blues. Go, Billy, come on. Well, I saw her at a party just on down the street. I know that she still loves me. I got rhythm in my feet. She saw me rocking, saw me rocking all night long. And she saw me with another.
Oh, I like that. I think that's just a really nice rockabilly song. The Centuries, filmed in their hotel room at Viva Las Vegas by Bobflix. You might recognize a couple of those guys, Bert and Xander. You may have seen them with Dick Dickerson and the Whippersnappers, who are no strangers to stellar productions. All right, The Centuries right there. Now let's check in with a young woman and her band, based in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Mozzie D, let's stroll. And what do you know? It's a stroller. And what do you know? It's another Viva Las Vegas hotel room. Check it out.
Don't have to be a pro just to get up on your feet. Don't have to be a star just to get up from the sea. Girls, I know your man is loving, that's true. All the ladies wanna rock and roll the way they do. So let's stroll. Come on, ladies, let's stroll. We can shimmy and shake and make the boys wait. Let's stroll. Girls, I know you rock and roll as hard as any man. Take some advice from me and take your buddy's hand. Gals, I know your man will have to wait. All the ladies wanna dance and shake to wave and slay. Let's stroll. Come on, ladies, let's stroll. We can shimmy and shake and make the boys wait. Let's stroll. Listen, mister, can't you see the way we walk? Don't have no time to waste to sit around and talk. We can feel the music in our bones, that's true. All the ladies wanna rock and roll the way you do. So let's stroll. Come on, baby, let's stroll. We can shimmy and shake, don't make us girls wait. Let's stroll. Come on. Oh, you can shake until it's late. You can groove. Oh, yes, you. Let's shimmy and shake and make the boys wait. Let's stroll. Come on, ladies. I know you want to move. Let's shimmy and shake and make the boys wait. Let's stroll.
right there, rounding out my offerings for the day, SoCal favorites, the Rip 'em Ups, shot beautifully by Chris McGee of Botflix. Rip 'em Ups, Chris McGee, Botflix. Well done, blokes. And that does it for me here today, friends. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your generous tips. And speaking of tips, a tip of the hat to Tom Ingram for many years of memories at Viva Las Vegas. And here's the many more memories. All right. I'll be back next week right here at Christopher Burkhardt's Eclectic American Roots. Now that we're alone, I'm going to show you my absolute favorite moment of VLV. Don't tell anybody. This is from Viva Las Vegas, number 3. The infamous party in room 127. Shh.
I can't remember when I didn't love you. There was a time I thought you felt the same. The things you said before and after, now I know was just a waiting game. And that is why, my darling, this December I think of you alone, you know so well. I can't remember, I can't remember, I can't remember when I didn't love you so. My heart was just a toy end of September. The joys of youth and life we knew so well. And that is why, my darling, this December I think of you alone, you know so well. I can't remember, I can't remember, I can't remember when I didn't love you so. Just a toy end of September, and the joys of youth and life we knew so well. And that is why.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nathalie Lavergne, and I'm the producer of the Red Hot and Blue Rockabilly Weekend here in Brockville, Ontario. My inspiration for that festival was the Viva Las Vegas Rockabilly Weekend. I've been attending the festival since number 1, and really missing it this year. So a few years later, I've decided, hey, maybe we should do like a smaller version here in Canada, and here it is. So it's been 15 years of Red Hot and Blue Rockabilly Weekend, and I want to thank Tom for what he's doing, and thank all his team as well. I think, you know, it takes a lot of guts and lots of energy and vision to produce a festival with that quality. And thank you for everything. It's gonna be weird, but thank you for maybe canceling it this year. It's not easy, but you did it for the best. So see you in 2021, everyone. Mwah. Bye bye. Au revoir.
My next guest again is someone who's a really old friend of mine, going back years and years. And now at Viva, he's part of the house band, and he's also one of the Fly Right boys. I'd like to welcome Ashley Kingman.
Hello, Tom. How you doing, mate? Nice to be over here to have a little chat about Vegas and times gone by. As you say, we've known each other for a long time, man. Probably going back to when we're both in our late teens.
Anyway, we're actually here to talk about Viva Las Vegas. I know, because we would go on for hours talking about.
Yeah, we could go for hours. Yeah, what do you want to know?
Well, so I understand you're the spokesman for all of the musicians today. What's it like as a musician to play to the Viva crowd?
It's amazing, man. I mean, there's so many people, just the whole thing. You walk out there and it's just like a sea of people all the way back. I mean, realistically, I've got it pretty easy because I'm backing up the old guys. So it's like everybody's there and they're all ready to go. So you can't really put a foot wrong as long as you've done your homework and you know what you're doing. You know, it's like,
yeah, I hate to break.
You'll have a good time.
I hate to break this to you, but the audience are looking and saying, "Who's the old guy backing the very old guy?"
I don't remember when I was a young guy, you know. That's what I'm not doing too bad for my age. I don't think. I hope anyway. But I still, look, I still got my teeth, which is amazing for someone English, you know.
Yeah, I've got mine.
That's because we live in America and we get our teeth done now, Tom. That's a sign, actually, that's a sign when you've truly become an American is when your teeth are white and shiny.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how your accent is or anything. You know that mentally you've become an American when you've got white, shiny teeth. Yeah, it's fantastic playing there. I mean, you know, not just with the old guys. One of my favourite shows there was actually my favourite Big Sandy show was a bit of a mad one. I'd done one of them ones where I'd stayed up all night. Sometimes this happens at Viva Las Vegas because it's open 24/7. You end up playing cards before you know it. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. So I had to go and rehearse with Wanda Jackson and everybody else during the day. I'm like mad. So when I finished rehearsing, I thought I'm going to go to bed and get a couple of hours sleep. That didn't happen. And we ended up backing everybody else up. And then it came to playing with Big Sandy. And I really felt like I was going to pass out. And I was so glad that Jimmy Roy was on double form that night because he kind of took over with the steel and like covered everything. But by the time we played with Big Sandy, I was just like so frazzled from being up and playing so much. I've never ever been on stage where I felt like I was going to pass out, but I didn't. We got all the way through it. So it was, it's just that was a really memorable night for me. And it was funny. I was thinking, thank God Jimmy's really on form because it's like I don't even know what to do now. But nobody knows the difference. So there you go. You wouldn't even know if you were watching.
Yeah.
And another really good one for me was I put out a CD about 12 years ago, 14 years ago, 15 years ago. So how time goes by. With a friend of mine, Jim Moore, Rambling James, and we'd done the show downstairs in the Gold Coast in that the function room that was downstairs in the Gold Coast, which was such a nice room because it was that horseshoe shape. And I just remember it being completely packed. We had a really mad show. It was a really good night, you know. It's like, and yeah, it's just really mad. Very, very, very fun evening. And it felt good for me because I'd actually done something, put the CD out. It sounded good. We had a good release party and you know.
Yeah, all through the year, you're touring the world, playing with Big Sandy. And do you find
that's right? Yeah,
all these people around the world, and then suddenly they all appear together in one place when they come to Viva.
Yeah, it's sort of weird. I get confused because I'm like, what are you doing here? Oh, of course you're here. You know, it's like you see all these people that are dispatched, like one person here, one person there. You know, in some ways, what's sort of funny is it's almost like become so international that you can end up seeing people at Vegas that you'll end up seeing in Spain, that you'll end up seeing in Germany, that you'll end up seeing in England. It's like a much more of an international thing now, just in general. Of course, the COVID now has put an end to that at the moment. But and then also, to be honest with you, I've been at it since I left school.
Yeah.
And I'm 50 odd now, so I've been going non-stop. I moved to America 27 years ago. I've been going non-stop all my life. So to have a year off and get some work done on a house, I've been teaching my daughter guitar, been teaching her jazz guitar. She's got into the school orchestra. So, and I'm getting work done on my house. I've got a 100-year-old house that needs a lot of work. I had about 20 bicycles I bought over the years that all needed fixing up. So I'm actually making good use of my time. And I think before you know it, we'll all be back there rocking and rolling, you know, so what do you do?
So your main job at Viva has been, as we said, backing the original acts. Now, obviously, we're getting to the time when we're not going to have any original acts to book.
Well, then I guess I'm going to be busking outside.
So what? Yeah, what do you think you're going to do? I mean, you're part of the furniture at Viva.
What am I going to do? Part of the food? I'll sit down in the lobby. People can come and sit on me. I've got some ideas, Tom.
$5 for a photo. $5 for a photo.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I'll try that one. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll do the pool party band. That sounds all right to me if you let me do that. Yeah, I'll put you on the spot now, won't I? See you. Yeah, well,
I never commit when someone tells me something the first time.
But lucky enough, man, over the years, I've got to play with so many people and people whose records that we would listen to in the car, going to a show, and that's what I always think. I always say to them, I never would have expected after listening to your records in my bedroom that I would have ended up playing guitar for you, you know. Same with Janice Martin. I really clicked with her. It's hard to say who's your favourite because I like everybody, but I did feel like I musically clicked with that lady, and she was very, very cool. And, you know, I think she really appreciated it all towards the end. She got it. She knew what it was about. When you played with her, she remembered who played on her records and all that. It actually meant something to her.
One of the acts who probably I became sort of the best friends with out of the original ones and who helped on a lot was Herb Cox of the Cleftones.
Yeah, Herb was a really good guy, man.
Yeah, he actually was one of the sponsors for my work permit when I first moved to California. And I think people have heard numerous times that he helped book a lot of the doo-wop and rhythm and blues acts that we had.
Yeah, he was brilliant. I love working with him. They're the nicest guys, man. He was a total cool character, man. What a character. Nice one, Tom.
Okay,
good to talk to you, mate, as always, you know. What's that, buddy?
Thanks a lot.
All right, no worries, mate. You take it easy.
Right.
See you later.
Welcome to Viva Las Vegas.
Out in the desert past the Vegas Strip.
I've been coming here forever because it is the most awesome rockabilly extravaganza. It's not just the cars, it's not just the people, the clothes, the music. It brings everybody and everything together. 22 countries.
The culture is just really different, so it's like one big happy family here. Woo!
We all share the same passion for bringing back like the old Vegas lifestyles. It's just too fun to miss.
I love the rockabilly culture. You are here and you can live it, and you can see the models, and you can see the cars, and you can listen to the music, and they make us feel like a family.
For me, it's primarily the cars, but I also love the people. We've got tons of friends here, from locals to international people that we've met over the years. And nothing is quite like this show. It's concentrated coolness.
Although we all kind of like the same style, everyone is so unique in what they bring.
My favorite thing about it has definitely been just being around people that are just like me. So now I'm somewhere where I feel home. Viva Las Vegas!
It's just a good time, you know, it's a party atmosphere. And Viva Las Vegas, man, you know?
What a cool show today, huh? A retrospective on Viva Las Vegas. It's the perfect subject for our Eclectic American Roots series, as it encompasses doo-wop, R&B, surf, jazz, hillbilly, and rock and roll. You know, all the good roots stuff. If you like this show, please give in to temptation. Drop a few bucks in the tip jar. The money helps support musicians who don't have a lot of income right now and don't expect to. You can find the tip jar at stellarjacks.com or on Venmo at Jack's Hideaway. Meantime, keep it safe and sane during this damn panic. Wear your masks and keep your distance. We'll see you at our next show or at Viva Las Vegas.